Hello everybody, Brian Engelman with the New American Media. I wanted to put a bookend to this Facebook killer situation in Cleveland. The story that was interesting about how it ended was that the McDonald's people slowed down his order of French fries so that they could try to get the police there in time. And turns out it may have worked because he was pulled over shortly later. A small chase was given, and then he shot and killed himself. That's the story we were told. So the bookend to this is yes, and I'll respond to my friend John Correa. He runs Active Self-Protection, ASP, Cover Your Ass. He's been on our show a few times. We love what he does. And he had pointed out, he didn't want to share the information about this killer and share their picture, share their face, their information, don't give them any more notoriety. And my point was, no, look, that guy in Charleston that did what he did in a church, I don't talk about that. He's apprehended. He's going to have his day in the electric chair. It's done. My concern was that you had to go out and find this guy, call the APB, the All Points Bulletin, on this guy, and we'll just call him this guy, this monster, this killer, this guy that snapped, this guy that ruined so many lives and had so many people freaked out on Easter, of all things, of all times. So it's important when somebody is terrorizing a community that everybody keeps an eye out. And one of the comments from a previous post was saying, oh, that's stupid. You're saying do anything necessary. No, we were saying do anything necessary to apprehend him, to track him down, to point him out, to find the vehicle. That's what we were saying. Do anything necessary. Everybody needs to share it so that everybody can keep their eyes peeled, so that everybody could look. If you have 1,000 people helping out, a task will happen a lot more successfully than if it's one person trying to do it on their own. So that was my point. And by the way, one of the things I don't want to do anymore, I don't want to share that picture of when he was confronted, this close to his face with that guy in his camera. I don't think somebody's last moment of horror, like that moment when they realize something is wrong a couple seconds before they're shot and killed, I don't want that to be how people are remembered ever. So that is a very valid point. But what I do want to take away from this, other than it was just a madman, somebody who snapped, a horrific situation, the thing that I do want to talk about, the thing that I do want to say is this is the perfect case for conceal carry. This is why conceal carry reciprocity really is the one of the most important issues of 2017, of modern life. This is something that's very important. If that man had had a handgun on him, he may have had a chance of saving his life. He may have had a chance of survival, living to see another day. When someone parks their car and comes across the street to confront you and say somebody else's name and they're acting really weird and they're filming you, you know what? That guy could have easily pulled up his shirt, set down his bag of recycle cans, pulled up his shirt, pulled out a handgun, and said, "You're creeping me out, step away," and he could have taken a few steps back. Maybe he could have at least had a chance. He could have at least had a chance. Now, I'm not faulting the victim in any way. Never. That is not my point. But every time that I see somebody ruthlessly, needlessly, just horribly gunned down, killed for no reason, I always wish they would have had a chance to shoot the bad guy before they got harmed. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's any elderly person, people, feeble people, disabled people, people that are not, bodybuilders, 35 years old, 25 years old, 20 years old at the prime peak physical condition of their life. This guy was 6 foot, 240 pounds. He's a big guy. You're not going to get into a battle with him. But the gun is the great equalizer. The gun is something that can always give you a chance to see another day. I wish for that man and his family that maybe if he had been carrying, he might have had a chance there. But that really is the prime thing that I want to take away from this horrific case. Prayers to the family, prayers to the communities impacted by this. Just absolutely horrible. Being from Northeastern Ohio myself, I can relate, I can empathize. I know a lot of people. One of my friends on Facebook took a picture. He goes, yeah, this is my view from my office window. See that over there? Those green things, those are the balloons where the killing took place. So, this hit home for a lot of people, and I just want to remind each and every one of you that, you have a Second Amendment right to defend yourself against madmen, against monsters, against evil in this world. So, when applicable, I definitely encourage you to use that, and I just hope that we can get this passed all across the nation, where just like gay rights and gay marriage, you can't restrict state to state. It's just something that is it's the way that it is in this country. I don't see why states are allowed to selectively restrict your Second Amendment rights. Can't do it for your First Amendment. Why can you do it for the Second Amendment? Doesn't make sense. I want less needless killings. I think that's a policy position that most people could agree with. To be continued. Talk to you again soon. Take care. Peace.